Hey all, welcome to session 5 for what am I doing I should be in AI. I'm just kidding. So this is about unleashing the power of LLMs for document processing. And we're going to have a demo. I'm going to explain how this works. And this is a POC which I had worked on in my spare time. And most of you are quite familiar with LLMs like ChatGPT and Bard and all, which have recently been released. Keep in mind, a lot of today's OCR tools, traditional ones, right? They are proficient in reading text, but they very much fall short when it comes to complex document structures or their understanding, right? This is where I'm kind of hoping LLMs come together and fills in that gap. So these are the few LLMs which are there in the market, right? Imagine a scenario where every document is effortlessly translated and we can combine LLMs with the OCR tools to actually do that, right? So this POC, which I have been working on, and I'm going to show the folder structure also, right? Overall, it's divided into the POC divided into a working demo, the PPT, which you're seeing on your screen, as well as the Git, right? And this is the structure of my Git document. And I'll show you the invoices which I'm using. These are sample contracts. It's just an old Microsoft contract which I'm using, right? This is completely unstructured data. I'm just sending it probably the first 2,000 characters because LLMs have a limit, a character limit when they're actually processing, right? And obviously, I'm using a few invoices also, and this is a few invoices. I'll give you a sample, right? It's pretty much what I ordered from Amazon, well, what my wife made me order from Amazon in the past month or something, right? So I have a couple of invoices from Amazon also. So both of them are in my documents folder. We are using Python to extract it and send it to an LLM, and we would be getting a response back, which is properly structured, right? And for unstructured, we are asking specific questions, which would probably be there in the characters which I'm sending it across to, right? Right now, I'm using digital documents. We can use scanned also, but then we need to convert it using Tesseract into text. And it's quite easy. It's pretty straightforward how to do that. Now, once we get a structured output by LLM, right, we can obviously use RPA or Blue Prism to enter this into the application. This part is not covered because most of my audience are RPA developers, right? So I don't expect to go into detail on this one. So moving along, little early to jump to conclusion. So let me show you what happens. So you're going to have to set up this project. All the Python files are present there. And again, there needs to be a chat GPT session already created. And this is my existing session, right? Document understanding is my existing session. I just typed in some random things in there. So let me start off and my Python script is gonna interact with the browser and start with sending out the text of these documents. For the first one, the unstructured one, there are a few questions I asked specifically, which is the company or what is it about, which is the software it's about, as well as whether there are retail terms. And keep in mind, this is an old Microsoft contract. It has retail terms for desktop application. And obviously, we'll see how ChatGPT actually answers those questions, right? And again, this is a pure PDF, right? A pure contract from Microsoft. Now, after this, and you can see that the answers are again, most of them is correct, but there could also be certain points which is unsure of. When it happens, it types an unsure, and I kind of mentioned it here. See, if its answer is not present or it's unsure, type unsure. So this is the kind of thing which you're going to have to be clear to chat GPT in a prompt about. And I'm asking it to send it in this format. And if I go back to my Python script, right, you'll see that it processes the JSON. It actually comes as the JSON, right? It's not going to be a big deal on that. So the next few ones are, next couple of ones are actually invoices. So look at the invoices. We'll pick one. Order number is this, right? So let me go back here to see if I can pull up those invoices. Let me see. Okay, where is order number? 403314. And let me go back to ChatGPT. 403314. This is correct. And again, GSTN 07 AAA H1ZU. Give me a minute. 07 AAA H1ZU. This is also correct. So you can see that GPT is able to easily extract the value for this one, right? And I'm giving enough weights in the middle just so that Chat GPT also finishes typing, because you're not using an API here. You're actually using the direct browser to prove this point that ChatGPT works, or LLMs can work easily with document understanding software. So moving along to the next one. Next one, I think I recall, is a Flipkart bill. It has two items: air purifier, very much needed in Delhi these days, right? So I'm just going to check a few items in there. Probably the HSN for this one, right? 920. Geez. Okay, so here it is. The HSN is 920, right? Yeah. So it actually shows up here for both of them. The HSN is the same, it's a single vendor. So as you can see, we were able to take out both the values easily without any issues. I mean, all the values easily without any issues, both for unstructured as well as structured document, right? So, and honestly, I'll be very honest, it took me a few hours to set this up. Now, businesses can look at streamlining their data and extracting it, enhance the decision making process based on this accurately extracted information, right? The era of converting these PDFs through softwares, which may which require a lot of pre-training, which require a lot of development, is kind of gone right now. And it's quite easy to convert these into a structured format using LLMs, right? But so here's the thing, right? The other question which is going to pop up is, when should you even use LLMs, right? It's not a straightforward answer. Keep in mind the maintenance of production systems. If you kind of build something, put it into production, the maintenance costs are anything between 1.5 to 12 times the implementation costs, right? When you look at it over a period of time. And that's why it needs to be done in a proper way. But one thing is for sure, the next wave will be about document processing software, the traditional one, scaling up for the future and using these LLMs to do that, right? So, hope that was good. Thank you for listening.